Good day, everyone. Welcome to another video discussion. Today, our topic will be about love languages. After watching this video discussion, you will be able to identify the different love languages and rank your own love languages according to how you express and receive love. Class, the term love languages comes from a book called The First Love Languages: How to Express Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate. It was first published in 1992 by Mr. Gary Chapman. He is a pastor and a talk show host. The basic idea is that everyone gives and receives love differently. But when we identify our partner's love languages, we can bridge those gaps to form better relationships. Chapman argues that while each of these languages is enjoyed to some degree by all people, a person will usually speak one primary language, but all are important and can be ranked after taking the love language profile. Though Chapman doesn't have a background in psychology or sociology, it's clear that his ideas resonated. The book has sold hundreds of thousands of copies since coming out, and it is often on the New York Times bestseller list. Though others have added upon the original five love languages, Chapman says the original five are comprehensive and that every person has one primary love language and one secondary. There are a number of online tests with which you can learn their love languages, though many people are able to identify theirs after reading about them. So, class, here are the five love languages. The first one is words of affirmation. Second is physical touch. Third is quality time. Fourth is receiving gifts. And five is acts of service. Let's start with the first one, the words of affirmation. For people whose love language is words of affirmation, words might actually speak louder than actions. These are people who love unsolicited compliments and pet names and cherish hearing "I love you" more than most things, and even more so if they're told the reasons why they're loved. These are people, class, who also take insults deeply to heart, and arguments involving name calling might be harder for them to get over. If you have this love language, insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. You thrive on hearing kind and encouraging words that build you up. So here are the ways on how are you going to show it. People with this love language might especially love receiving love notes, good morning or good night text messages, and frequent compliments. Obviously, the more personalized and genuine the words, the better. People whose language is words of affirmation appreciate creativity too.
So, my girlfriend's love language is words of affirmation. What do I do? That is a great question. So, someone with this love language needs to hear that you see them and that you care about them. So, when they accomplish something, tell them, "That's incredible. I am so proud of you, and you've been working really hard at that." Okay. When you're on a date with them, compliment them. Tell them how cute they look, how sexy they look, how beautiful they look. When she's going through a hard time, let her know that you're there for her, that you got her back. Did you get that? Oh yeah. What about the other love languages? So I'm actually making a series on these, so make sure to like and follow to get access to them.
Second love language is physical touch. A person whose primary language is physical touch is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, and thoughtful touches on the arm, they can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Appropriate and timely touches communicate warmth, safety, and love to you. Class and neuroeconomist Mr. Paul Zak recommends at least 8 hugs a day to be happier and enjoy better relationships. A psychotherapist, Virginia Satir, said, "We need 4 hugs a day for survival, we need 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and we need 12 hugs a day for growth." For physical touch, these are the ways to show it. The main thing to remember here is to treat your partner like someone you're still excited to be around. This can be as simple as trailing your hand over their back when you pass them in the kitchen, or remembering to give them a kiss every time they head to work.
So, my girlfriend's love language is physical touch. What does that exactly mean, and what do I do? Great question. So, people tend to confuse the love language of physical touch with sex, although it could be one of them. Oh, so it's not just sex. No, see, physical touch is actually known to release this hormone known as oxytocin. And oxytocin is also known as the love hormone or the connection hormone. So here are a few things that you can try out. Hold her hand in public. She's probably going to be quite a hugger, so hug her when you say hello and goodbye. Give her a back massage. She'll probably appreciate it after a long day. You can try kissing her on the cheek or on the forehead. And when she's having an emotional breakdown, give her a hug. Oh, interesting. Well, physical touch isn't typically my thing, but I'll try it out. What about the love language of gift giving?
Our third love language is quality time. In quality time, nothing says I love you like full, undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, and all chores and tasks are standby makes you feel truly special and loved. Distractions, postponed activities, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful. Whether it's spending uninterrupted time talking with someone else or doing activities together, you can deepen your connection with others through sharing time. These are some of the ways to show it. Put plainly, this one's about putting in the time. This group is likely to appreciate a thoughtful, well planned date, even and maybe especially if it's without leaving the house. Particularly one that allows the couple to talk, make eye contact, and share a new experience. They may also appreciate an effort to ban phone use during dinner at least once in a while, and when they're asked, "How are you?" they want the time to answer honestly.
So, my girlfriend's love language is quality time. What do I do? I'm so glad that you asked. So, what that basically means is that she feels taken care of and valued when you give her your undivided attention. Oh, okay. So when you're on a date with her, be present. That means put down your phone or any form of distractions. So for date night, remember that she's all about the experiences. Some ideas: go to a local coffee shop, do a cooking class together, walk around the neighborhood, plan a vacation together. Remember that the key aspect here is to block off time and give your undivided attention. Okay, so phone down, experiences. What about physical touch? That is a different love language for a different video. Make sure to like and follow to see that video.
Our fourth love language is receiving gifts. Don't mistake this love language for materialism. The receiver of gifts thrives on the love, thoughtfulness, and effort behind the gift. If you speak this language, the perfect gift or gesture shows that you are known, you are cared for, and you are prized over above whatever was sacrificed to bring the gift to you. A missed birthday or a hasty, thoughtless gift would be disastrous. So would the absence of everyday gestures. Gifts, class, are heartfelt symbols to you of someone else's love and affection for you. So here are some of the ways to show it. Sometimes it's as easy as giving them flowers or a favorite food. But people in this group will be particularly touched when given a memento or a souvenir that reminds them of a favorite place or a vacation taken together. People who date this group might do well to keep a little list of gift ideas when they drop hints.
My girlfriend gets really excited when she gets gifts. Does that mean that her love language is receiving gifts? It could very well be. Isn't that kind of materialistic and narcissistic though? Shouldn't my love be enough? No, not necessarily. If your partner's love language is gift giving, that just means that they feel loved with a tangible item. It could be something as small as getting something from the bakery or something as large as a car. These small gifts, however, show them that you're thinking about them. It is less to do with the gifts and more to do with sentimentality. Oh, so it doesn't necessarily mean materialism. So what can I do? So from time to time after work, if you're passing by her favorite coffee shop, buy her something small. It doesn't have to be all the time, every day, but it's the small things that show that you care. I'll keep that in mind. What about acts of service?
And our fifth love language is acts of service. Can helping with homework really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything you do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an acts of service person will speak volumes. The words he or she must want to hear is, let me do that for you, or let me help you with that. Laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for them tell speakers of this language their feelings don't matter. When others serve you out of love and not obligation, you feel truly valued and loved. Plus, people who prefer to receive acts of service from partners love to be shown rather than told they're cared for. When their partner does a helpful chore for them or takes care of a task they've been avoiding, that's taken as proof their partner loves them and wants to make life easier for them. So here are some of the ways to show it. If your partner speaks the acts of service, consider preparing them food, doing a tedious household chore without being asked, or making a dreaded call to the landlord about fixing the toilet. Most of these tasks can be relatively simple and even easy. Here, it's really is the thought that counts.
I've noticed that when I clean the house or like when I run some errands, my girlfriend gets so happy, like she's over the moon. You must really be tapping into her love language, acts of service. Really? What does that mean? Great question. So what that basically means is that she values show me that you love me rather than tell me that you love me. Oh, I see. But can't that become a problem though? Because like I'm more than willing to do these actions, but I can't do it all the time. And what if she keeps on demanding that from me? You're right, it can become problematic. The problem with this love language is that oftentimes it can be blown outside of proportion. So if you do this, that means you love me. If you don't love me. It's really important to establish boundaries, right? To kind of know your limits, but it's also important to know what makes her feel loved. Some actions that you can take: clean the house from time to time, make dinner, do some kind of errands that she's not really willing to partake in. It's important.
Again, the five love languages are different five ways of expressing and receiving love. These are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Class, not everyone communicates love in the same way, and likewise, people have different ways they prefer to receive love. I hope you learned something from this video, and thank you so much for listening, and continue to give and share the love in your hearts. Thank you. Bye.